Well, ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, everybody. I figured a lot of people would be spending time with family and loved ones this holiday season, so I wanted to make a video today that kind of involved the theme of family. And in this YouTube video, I'm reflecting back on a trip that Alicia and I took in the summer of 2024, back in June. We went out to her grandpa's farm in eastern Washington. And this was a really important trip for Alicia and her whole family. It was a really wholesome and impactful trip for me, to be honest with you. This is a place that her family spent a lot of time at growing up. Her and her cousins were there a lot as children. And I mean, you know how those early teenage years go, or those years in between 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right in there. I mean, those moments that you get to spend with your cousins and your grandparents out on an adventure, kind of creating those core childhood memories, those stick with you for a long time. And this trip was kind of a reunion for everybody. So I was really grateful to be a part of it. And one of the things that Alicia wanted to do on this trip, this most recent trip, was to document it in the best way possible, and to acquire some interview clips from her parents and her grandpa that kind of reflect back on not just memories that they had as children at the farm, but the origin story of how the farm got started in general, because it's been her grandpa's kind of passion project that has turned into a legitimate business over the past few decades. So I was really excited to try to put something together for Alicia and her family, and we went over there with a Super 8 camera. I brought my Pentax 672, my Sony video camera, and just kind of had a fun weekend out at the farm, but also took a lot of videos, took a lot of photos. And over the past few weeks, I've been putting together this video that kind of encapsulates Alicia's grandpa's farm and touches on some of those core childhood memories that Alicia and her cousins had out there. And as I've been making this video for Alicia and her family over the course of the last couple of weeks, I've had multiple moments where I get reminded just how important of a role videography or filmmaking and still photography play throughout the course of one's life. Whether or not you consider yourself to be a photographer or a filmmaker, that's not exactly relevant. Just the fact that people are picking up a camera, whether it be their iPhone or a medium format film camera, and are taking the time to document these moments spent with the people that are most important to you. I mean, it really hit home that there may not be a better use of your time, especially if moments spent with your family are few and far between. I'm all about living in the moment, put the camera down, put the phone down, and just be present. But if you have an opportunity to take your phone out, take a disposable camera out, take your video camera out, grab some clips, grab some photos. When you're able to pick up a print or an old slide, or even look on the computer at photos that your grandparents took of you when you were a kid, or you're able to look at photos of your grandparents when they were kids, or your parents hanging out with your grandparents when your parents were kids. I mean, looking at these photos, and I'm sure this is something that, almost everyone has experienced, but making this project and just looking at all these old photos and videos that Alicia and her family have of them decades ago, maybe it's just because I'm getting a little bit older, and I've been doing this film photography thing for about 5 years now, and I'm a much different person now than I was when I started it. But these wholesome family moments, both in the present and past, are just starting to really resonate with me a lot more. It's just been a blast looking back at this footage from this weekend that we spent out at Alicia's grandpa's farm in June, because although it's not my direct family, I can still feel how important these videos and these photos are going to be for Alicia and her family, and it's done nothing but inspire me to go back through my great-grandpa's slides and negatives, because he was the photographer of our family, and he's got, probably thousands of old slides and negatives sitting in the closet. And my grandma and grandpa have a bin full of old Super 8 reels, probably thousands of feet, to be honest, of Super 8 reels from the 60s and 70s. And it's just gotten me so interested to get that stuff scanned and be able to look at it through the lens of modern technology and bring some of these old moments to life. And I guess the purpose of this video is that it's Christmas time, and I'm really thinking about family, my own family, and then Alicia's family as well after making this video for them. And it's really hit home how important it all is. And I think I take it for granted a lot of the time. Staying in touch with my family isn't exactly a top priority for me on a day-to-day basis, but then you go home and see them over the holidays and spend time with them, and you're just like, oh my God, this is the most important. There's nothing more important than this, this is your whole world. Everything else could go away, but if you have your family, you can't ask for much more than that. And that feeling pairs so incredibly well with photography. And it's been cool to appreciate that more over the past year or so. I just wanted to share this message today to encourage y'all to not forget to document those moments. There is a balance to be had, of course. You don't want to be that guy that's just got his eye through the lens constantly, but there's no better way to spend your time, photographically speaking, in my opinion, than documenting moments with your family, whether it be on a family vacation or you're home for the holidays, or even grabbing your grandparents' old film reels or slides and getting a DSLR or a mirrorless camera and taking some time to scan those old photos, because I promise you, your grandparents would absolutely love to see some high quality scans of moments that they had when they were kids that they may have forgotten about even. So anyway, kind of random video, but Merry Christmas, and I hope you're spending it with people you care about most. I'll catch you guys very soon. Peace.
If we ever have another get-to-go over here, there's no dogs allowed. Well, they're just a pain in the ass. I know. They're just a pain in the ass.
Squarespace is much more than just a website building platform. You can use it to build a business, sell products, manage inventory, or host an online portfolio. One of my favorite aspects about Squarespace is that because of its extremely intuitive interface and wide selection of creative templates, you can have a professional website up and running in virtually no time, with zero coding required. There's also a new design intelligence feature that helps you get started with the creation of a new website, even if you're not super design savvy. Just punch in some basic info, select what features you'd like on your site, a color palette, and Squarespace will build a quick website that you can further customize to fit your needs. Maybe you're a photographer looking to get new inquiries and increase bookings. Clients can schedule a session directly on your site. Maybe you have a blog and want to offer additional content to community members. Squarespace offers memberships for those creating exclusive content. There's so many features that make Squarespace the one-stop shop for those looking to create or expand their business. If you'd like to receive 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain, head over to squarespace.com/Brae or use code Brae at checkout to do so.